Well, welcome back to the channel. This is Mike from No Parts Garage, and we're in the garage, and we don't have parts. We don't have plugs for them wiring, we don't have a water pump, but let's kind of go through what we got going on here. And like my buddy said, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any. So anyways, when I got this plow set up for this truck, somebody cut all the plugs off of, the truck side and the plow side. So we had that nightmare. And then we had that nightmare. Then while it's still trying to figure out what the wiring was about and trying to get things to work, we got that cluster of wires that was cut, which I didn't know because it was all like tucked up in here. But I'm going to assume that at some point somebody wrapped a chain, as you can see right here. Apparently wrapped a chain around this, and guess where those wires were sitting? Right up in there. And then it got bent up right here too. So I don't know if somebody wrapped a chain around right there to pull somebody out or what, but anyways, so we had that. And then we had, let's see here, this cluster of wiring was up in, was all covered up and taped up. And as you can see by the butt connectors there, we found some broken wires in there too, corroded, rotted in two. And anyway, I tried to solve this spaghetti mess with, since I didn't have the plugs and they want like way too much money for the actual connectors, at least the main power wires are okay. But anyway, so I figured, I'd put trailer hitch plug on there. It's cheap. Matter of fact, I got them for free. And then they added an extra wire on one end, so that took me a couple hours to, I shouldn't say a couple of hours, but it took me a while to figure out why I was taking each wire off one by one and connected them to, these wires, and connected them on this side on the other post. And I'm sure most people that have played with trailer plug wiring probably knew that. And there's 4 wires on this side and there's 5 on this side. But anyway, so that took a while to figure out, and then I found some more broken wires, and then, and then we have these extra wires, that don't go to nothing. At least I haven't found it. But all I can say is headlights work, brights work, turn signals, parking lights. The plow all works now. Like I said, hours of digging around and fighting and all the struggle, blah, blah, blah. That's done. But anyways, originally what I pulled this truck in here for was, and then we had to take the headlight out because we had to trace wires to figure out why stuff wasn't working. And of course on this end, look, there's some extra wires on this end too. Not sure what those are about, but apparently they don't go to nothing because everything works. Anyway, you don't need to worry about all those wires. And then you get under the hood here and look, you got a shit ton more wires, Anyway, but one of the big reasons why it was brought in here was because power steering line blew out on our last snow, and I figured if I wouldn't have tried to fix it, it would have snowed like crazy, and then we wouldn't have had power steering. So, of course, the parts store didn't have a power steering line in stock. They had to order it and blah, blah, blah. So, I told them to send that barb fitting. So, I put that in there, put some clamps on it, both ends, as soon as I put fluid. So I filled it up with fluid and turned the wheel one time, and it blew it apart. So, so I thought, well, no big deal. I got the hose finally, I got to fight all this rat's nest here to you know, to put that in. Of course, you can't get to the connection on the back of the power steering pump, so I had to take the front bracket off here and all that craziness. So finally got the hose connected on the one end. Still got to put it on the steering gearbox yet. So I was about to put all, you know, the shroud back on, and because I had to take the bracket off and pull the power steering pump and all out so I could get to the connection to change the hose. But anyway, so I was about to put the alternator back on and, you know, and put everything back together in there. So just for the hell of it, you know, I was like, I wonder how the water pump's doing, you know. So I grabbed that. I don't know if you can hear that. But anyway, she's shot. So like my buddy said, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck. So here's our project this evening. Got to pull the water, you know, of course I already have the belt and everything all off, so, you know, I got to put everything back on, you know, so I can pop the fan apart, you know, break the fan loose, because, you know, that's tightened up right there by a big nut, you know, anyway. So, needless to say, I got to put the alternator back on, put the belt on, get everything back on there, and then get the tool to knock that big nut loose, take the fan off, then take the belt and everything all back off again. But who's bragging, right? We're just having a good time over here at No Parts Garage. And like I said, no parts. We ain't got no water pump. They said maybe tomorrow we'll get one. Who knows? But anyway, have fun, everybody. Peace. Catch you guys on the next video. Later.